delivered to his supporters this morning.
And it's a similar message to what he tried to weave on the campaign trail, which is, look, Washington, he really views it as a leader in the country on so many issues. He says what he did is he took that message to the national stage. But now, clearly, the governor realized that a presidential campaign was not going to be able to move forward in a meaningful way. So now he's saying kind of we can take what we did and all that momentum we have, and I'm going to run for a third term. I'll read part of the email he just released to supporters a couple minutes ago. He said, "I want to continue to stand with you in opposing Donald Trump and rejecting his hurtful and divisive agenda, while strengthening and enhancing Washington State's role as a progressive beacon for the nation." You'll also notice right at the top there, he's got a new campaign logo already. So out with the Jay Inslee presidential campaign logo, in with the Jay Inslee for governor logo. So obviously this means what we already knew. I mean, we'll wait for official confirmation, but we don't expect the other possible Democratic candidates for governor to run, like Bob Ferguson. We don't expect that he would run against Jay Inslee. Dow Constantine, we don't expect would run against Jay Inslee either. Hillary Franz, the commissioner of public lands, she expressed to us on the phone last night that she has no intention of running against Jay Inslee as he seeks a third term for governor. So right now, the question is, will he go unopposed in this race as we now cover the latest development in Jay Inslee's president, then governor campaign swap?
All right. So, I mean, he's running for a third term at this point. This is someone who has been our state governor for 2 terms now. So does this make it easier or maybe harder to win this next campaign?
Well, look, I don't know that either is true. I mean, it's not a guarantee that you'll get a third term if you've already had to. It just depends on how good of a job people think that you're doing. But we know that in Washington State, it's really hard to be governor if you're a Republican. There are 2 Republican candidates who have emerged, Senator Phil Fortunato and also Chief Lauren Culp of the Republic Washington Police Department. Now, they're not moderates. They are not moderates, and they would probably tell you as much. And for Republicans, the question is, would they be better off with a Republican candidate that is a little bit more towards the center to have a chance of winning? Republicans haven't won the governor's office since the 1980s. And so that certainly speaks to the challenge that they have ahead of them. Now, one of the things I will say is, and we're expecting, Jay Inslee has an event that we're going to send our reporter Steve Kiggins to at 11:15 this morning. And one of the questions we're going to ask is, are you going to take off the table, and Travis, you had brought this up earlier, the potential of taking a cabinet position, maybe an EPA director if a Democrat wins the White House? Because if I'm a voter, I'm thinking, okay, you've been gone on the presidential campaign trail more than 50% of the time since March 1st. And now we don't know if you still have an interest in getting a cabinet position, even if you're elected governor, and then you just leave your post. So there are some voters who might want some certainty from Jay Inslee that I'm back in Washington, I'm committed to our state, and I'm not going to up and leave you if you vote for me.
I also was just watching on Twitter, there's this kind of reshuffling of the existing Democratic candidates. I think some of them trying to say, oh, I'm going to make climate change a thing. Like Cory Booker has a whole video that he just tweeted about this. So maybe it couldn't be a winning issue for Jay Inslee, but maybe another candidate thinks it could be a winning issue for them.
It was interesting. I mean, I know that they were being, cordial to one another, but all the messages that came out the moment he dropped out of the race from all the other candidates, I mean, politics is just really interesting how that works.
Well, look, Inslee had 130,000 donors. If I'm one of those other candidates, I'm thinking, I want those climate change donors to come and give some money to my campaign.
Yeah. Brandy, thank you very much. All right, more news now.